Okay, late decision to grab the camera and give you a look at this. Basically what I'm doing is swapping out the driver's side seatbelt assembly, so just the rolling part, which is this bit here. Ducked down to the wreckers today, grabbed one of these and just chucking it in. I've had the original out. Basically what it's doing is it's grabbing sufficiently, you know, in the event of an accident, like it's grabbing a hole, but what it's not doing is retracting back in. I've had it out, cleaned all the springs and everything like that, put it all back together, and it still doesn't seem to be working appropriately, so I have to stick a new one in. This one appears to be working okay. Now what you need to do is pull out, ultimately you need to get the seat out to get this bit of trim out here, because your door rubber comes down here. You need to pull that out, and to get that out you need to take this footwell part out here, that part there, just a few screws, three there. Unfortunately one of these screws, whichever one's the back one, I think it's this one here, goes in about here. It's actually covered up by the seat, so unfortunately it means lifting the seat out. If somebody's got an easier way to do this, you might be able to bend your panels and stuff like that. When I went to the wreckers and pulled the one out, because all the windows have already been pulled out, all this panel was sort of a bit ratchet anyway, so there was no issue with worrying about having to pull the seat and all that shit out. Just bent this panel back and it didn't really matter. But to get this out without sort of doing too much damage to it, you're going to get to these clips. Like I said, you need to take this door trim out, which literally just pushes on. So once you take the seat out, you just grab this and pull it, and she comes off. It just seats along that edge there. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, so to get that out, you need to take this off, and to take this off you need to take the seat out, and once you got that out, it just makes sense to pull it out anyway, so you've got room to work. You've just got clips on the inside here. You can just pop them. That gives you sufficient access. You can see there's a couple of clips in the back there. If you sort of pull a little bit, apply a bit of pressure, it'll pull off. What I've also done is taken, this is one of the front vents here, just a couple of screws in it. You can take that off, and it allows you to pull that panel out there as well, just so there's no great deal of pressure and messing with your panels. You don't need to worry about taking any of this out. I took the ashtray out just in case, just so I could pop that out again. There's a pop in here somewhere, again, just so it wasn't all screwed in and applying too much pressure. This top panel, just sort of run your hand along the inside of it and you'll hear a couple of them pop out. Just be careful with this one. It's just like thin MDF shit, and they're hard to get to, so just gently sort of put your hand behind it until you can find where it's going to pop, and then try and get your fingers around the actual thing that pops out, and apply pressure either side of it. If you just go yanking it places here, I've actually snapped it a little bit there, but once it all goes back in, it won't be an issue. So anyway, what we need to get out. Hello buddy, how you doing? Just one of the local magpies. Hello bud. Anyway, so to get out, you've got a 15mm bolt here, and you've got two more. Just get up here, two more up here. So this trim up here, this whole trim up here has to come off, because we need to get in the back here. There's a 15mm there, and then we slide that up, and we've got another 15mm in the back of here. So I'll show you that when I've got it off. Just got to figure out how to pull this off. I think it's going to be a case of just popping it off, so hopefully it should be pretty straightforward. There's also sort of a guide here, and that guide actually has a screw in it, so you need to get into that. If you're wondering how to get into that, if you don't, if you can't be asked pulling all these panels off, grab yourself one of these J-car. So it's obviously meant for electronics and whatever, but it's sort of like a little ratchet thing. You clip in those, let's get that focused, you clip these in. It's actually a ratchet, and a reversible ratchet, so you can just flick it and it'll go the other way. So that's really handy for getting into those tight spaces where you've got a screw. Obviously you wouldn't fit a screwdriver in there, and that comes in bloody handy. So grab yourself one of those, chuck it in your toolkit. Something else that was sitting on the bottom here, I don't know whether this is why the seatbelt hasn't been retracting, is this little doodad. It's obviously a contact for some reason. I hope that's focusing on that. you can see there's a bit of a lever there which pushes on that brass piece, which then looks like it moves on the bottom, so it's making contact with something. So once I get all this out, I'm going to see if I can find out where that fits. I'm not sure whether that's the thing that sets the light off when somebody's actually sitting in the seat or something like that. But anyway, we'll figure that out once we get all this out. Alright, I'll show you once I've got this panel down here. Right, now for this bastard. Just a case of getting your fingers in the back and just working it. Lots of different little clips. Hang on. Lots of different clips in the back here. Every time you think you're done, it just seems to keep holding on. There's one in there at the top there, a couple down this side, a couple at the top in behind here. So just go real gentle with this one. Helps if you can lever this panel off here a little bit more, give you some more room to work. Pardon me, as you can see, just clips all along the back. Now I was thinking that I was just going to rotate this and slide this panel off around it, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. I know I can get this off once I've undone this. So what I've actually got to do is, if you slide this down into the down position, you'll see this panel that actually covers up the bolt will just sort of push down, and it's going to be the same when we slide it up. Now push it in the up position, and that'll actually expose the 17mm bolt down here. Just to give you an idea, you're going to just need a ring spanner because you're not getting anything else in here. And I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's the bolt there in the back. So it gives us a little bit of room to work. And then when we slide this up here, we're going to slide that sort of cover plate, whatever you want to call it, it's only plastic, slide that back up, get access to the bolt here. That whole section is going to come off, and then I'm going to be able to manoeuvre that out of that panel, put the new one in. I'm going to reverse the procedure. Fingers crossed, yeah? Now something to watch for as well when you're pulling this top one out here. Here we go. Because on the back of this there's like a little plate that sort of locks into this here. I think it just stops the slide from coming out, so just watch that when you pull that out. That's going to come out behind it as well, so when I grab that, make sure you don't drop it down the back there somewhere. There we go, so we've got that top bowl out, turn it round up the other way, slide that backing plate up, like that, get it out of the way, and once the light gets in there, there you go, you can see there's that second bolt. Alright, there we go. Now, what I just lucked on was, once you've taken that bolt out of the top here, that backing plate looks something like that. Stop that slide coming out. What you can actually do is push that mechanism up, and the whole lot slides out the top and gives access there, which is bloody lovely. Still means that you've got to put the bottom bolt in without that panel on, and you've actually got to put the assembly in to do that last bolt, which is still going to be a bit tight, but definitely makes things a lot easier. Anyway, under that top bolt, take the backing plate out, slide the whole thing up and out, and you can get into it.